Good evening. Civil liberty groups are concerned tonight over the lengths they say police seem to be going to investigate Olympic protesters. At issue are some comments attributed to Victoria Police Chief Jamie Graham that an undercover police officer was behind the wheel of the bus that was driving protesters to Victoria as the Olympic torch relay kicked off just over a month ago.
When Olympic protesters took to the streets of Victoria, did they know undercover police officers may have been in their midst? Even though the demonstration knocked the Olympic torch relay off its course, it was, for the most part, non-violent. And Victoria Police Chief Jamie Graham is reportedly claiming credit for that through undercover police tactics. He allegedly talked about it Monday in Vancouver at an international security conference. His comments were caught on tape.
Very few arrests made. Everybody left upset with why there wasn't really much action. And then you knew that the protesters weren't that organized when on the ferry on the way over they all rented a bus. They all came over on a bus and there was a cop driving the bus. So, I don't know who these guys are, but they're not terribly well organized.
A News hasn't been able to independently verify that the statements are Graham's, but the Victoria Police Department isn't denying it either. The chief isn't talking. Instead, we got a one-line email from the VPD's Sergeant Grant Hamilton telling us, for now, the chief won't be commenting any further. You might think those who would want to talk about it are those key Olympic relay protest organizers who rallied right here in Centennial Square. But they, too, are keeping mum. Zoe Blunt wrote to A News this afternoon saying, we really need to meet and discuss Graham's disclosure as a group. The people who are talking, civil liberties advocates who are already expressing lingering concerns about undercover police infiltrating protest groups.
And the first question, of course, that comes to mind is if we're spending $1 billion on law enforcement in relation to the Olympics, is this really the most effective way for us to be spending our tax dollars?
There are other questions. If one of the drivers was an undercover police officer, was that officer qualified to drive a bus? Were union rules violated in putting that officer on the bus? And are police even supposed to be talking about their undercover tactics? Questions we wanted to put to Jamie Graham today, but he's not talking about this anymore. In Victoria, Shachi Curl, A News.